Okay, we're fixing the bulbs, the issue in the Hummer, and I've had this issue before. I thought I'd make a little video to show you guys. Unfortunately, I already cut the wires off. So this is a bulb that burned out. I was having issues. Well, I wasn't having issues. The guy I bought the Hummer off was having issues with the bulbs constantly burning out, yada, yada, yada. Seen this before. You should always confirm it. It's a bulb issue. So all these bulbs are the same military part number. They're all 60 watt, 80 watt. This bulb, I already cut the wires off because I always save the Douglas connectors. But the connectors didn't match. If you actually looked at the numbers, I can't get to zoom in. But they weren't matching. In other words, these numbers were in different positions. An example, these two bulbs. So this is why I have a piece of paper. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so found my piece of paper I keep in the shop. This is a little legend of the headlights setups from the military trucks. But here's something you got to understand. These can be wrong sometimes where the manufacturer set up these bulb wires. So 91 is supposed to be ground. On these ones, let's see here. 91. There's 91. 91 is ground and is the right top terminal. On this one, look at this. 17 is the top right terminal. So what I always like to do is physically look. If you look carefully in a bulb, you can actually identify which terminal is the ground. So now look at this. This bulb's wrong. One's an old school incandescent. Well, they're both incandescent, but one's a halogen. So this one, you can see the top right terminal. Let me put it down so I can show you. If you look inside the bulb, you'll see one of the holes. See that hole there? It actually has two prongs going into one hole. That's always the ground on a headlight. I always confirm these to make sure that the terminal coming out of the bulb is the ground. And then what I like to do, I have a Sharpie, all right on here, ground. All right, and then you can figure out your high and your low beam. That's obvious. You could just swap them. You'll know which one's high and low. I forget how to tell which one's which. But anyway, now if you look at this bulb and you look deep in there, same thing. Top right is the ground. So here is ground. But here's another example. Same thing. This one here. Whoa, wait, that says 17. What's this one say? 91. 91's our ground, not 17. 17, if we go to our legend, 17 is high beam. 18 is low beam. So, again, you really got to watch these bulbs. All of these are military bulbs. Some are, newer than others. This one is from 2000, looks like 18. This is an early Wagner's. It's incandescent, doesn't have the little shield. Probably, but like I said, if you look at the part number, these all have the same part numbers across the board. But even worse is they're all written up as an 8060. So while all these bulbs can be used the same, the problem is that you've got to watch behind military lights where the wires actually are. That's why I never go off the wires, because. So if you're having issues with your military truck, obviously different ones, they could be wrong. There's probably an answer for this. Maybe different manufacturers, maybe different years. Problem is, when you buy bulbs from guys, they're just going to be listed as 24 volt military bulbs, 7-inch, 60/80s, and you're going to have issues. So hope you guys figured out what I'm talking about.